So today we are looking at the Canaima 8.0. So this is the latest version of the Canaima. So here is the boot menu of Canaima Linux, and it's based on Debian Linux, and the country of origin is Venezuela. So here is all the information and the boot menu. So I'm going to run it on the live boot. So you get the lot of desktop environments, like 7 to 8 desktop environments. About the desktop environments and about the version of Canaima 8.0, I'm going to discuss as soon as the desktop layout is loaded. So I'm running it on the virtual machine, which is a VMware with a 60 GB of virtual disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So in 7 or 8 desktop environment, I chose the XFCE desktop environment over GNOME, KDE Plasma, LXDE, and also there are a lot of desktop environments available. I'm going to show you all those things and also the downloading process and everything. So I'll be posting 2 videos daily without missing. So if I'm missing any day, then think that it's I don't have any topic on that day. So that's the reason I'm going to not post on that day. So basically I'll be posting like 2 videos daily without missing. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. And also there will be a bit of time difference when posting the videos, because I need to upload and edit another video. So that's the reason there will be some time gap between that. So instead of that, you can just subscribe and turn on the notification. As soon as the videos are available, you should be getting the notification and you can watch the video. So the booting process will take like 2 or 3 minutes usually in every Linux distro, but some distributions will take a bit more, some distros will take a bit lesser. So it's a Debian based Linux distribution. I already mentioned that. So let's see how much of time it's going to take, and I'm going to mention as soon as the desktop layout is loaded. So this is the XFCE desktop environment. I choose the ISO file of XFCE, and also I don't know what version it has, and also there is no other language available. It's Spanish language only available for this Canaima Linux distribution. And still we don't see any desktop layout, so we need to wait for a few more seconds or maybe a minute. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to show you the desktop layout as soon as it's loaded. So here is our desktop layout. So I switched it to VirtualBox instead of the VMware because the VMware had some issues. It didn't even properly load up the desktop layout. So that's the reason I switched it to the VirtualBox. So here we need to change the display settings, and we are going to continue with other things like a task manager and all those things. So my monitor is like a 1920 into 1080 with a 16:9 ratio. So this is the default language you get, which is a Spanish language. So I'm going to make a video like that. So let's first check the pre-installed applications we get from this distribution. Here is like about XFCE. So it says Canaima, and the code name is Kavanayen. I don't know how it's pronounced. So Canaima 8.0. It's kind of like a Kavanayen. I think I'm spelling it properly, or I'm pronouncing it properly. So it's based on Debian. The XFCE version you get is 4.18. GTK version is 3.24.43. And the, I don't know what it is, maybe the kernel version. I'm going to show you all the information. Processor 12 Gen i5 1240p, and LLVM pipe version is right here. So I think this is like a kernel information. Yes, it is 6.7 AMD 64. So I'm going to show other things like a task manager and all those things. So let's check the task manager. So I accidentally closed it. So here is the task manager. So let's make it bigger. Let's check the version. So you get the 1.5.7. And also I'm sitting away from the monitor, so it will be a bit slower to explain everything. So it's consuming like a 800 MB of 7.8 GB, and that's the reason I choose the XFCE desktop environment, because XFCE desktop environment will be consuming way lesser when compared to the GNOME and KDE Plasma. And this is how it performs in the virtual machines. Then it's going to be performing way better in the bare metal also. So it's better to do your own research and get all the information about the Canaima Linux if you're interested in testing this Linux distribution. But if you're trying it in the virtual machine or in the live boot, it's okay. But if you're trying to install it, then do your all the research on your own. Don't even blindly trust on anyone, even it's me. Do your own research, and if you're satisfied, then go with the installation. So I'm going to keep the task manager in the right side corner throughout the video so you can see all the changes and you can judge it on your own. And about the applications, you get this many of applications. Most of them are from the XFCE desktop environment itself, and some of them will be the installer is Canaima Linux, and the other application will be most of them from the XFCE, and some are added like a torrent client, GIMP, and a few other applications for a day-to-day usage. So let me open the Firefox web browser. We are going to go to the official website and the system requirements and downloading process and all those things. So the code name I already mentioned in the about XFCE session. So I'm going to make the browser smaller so you can see the task manager throughout the video. So let's make it like this. And usually you should be seeing the, I think this is the official website of the Canaima Linux. So we need to translate this thing. So here is all the information. So if you don't know the Spanish language, you just need to go to the official website. So you just need to type in Canaima Linux. Before that, let me type in like about support and browser information and some distro information. I'm going to open all the important website, and then I'm going to go through all those things. So give me a second here. So here we opened all the important website and also the tabs. So here you can see the version you get of Firefox is 128.3.1 ESR, and the build ID and the user agent. The kernel version you get is the Linux 6.7 and Debian. So let me open the Linux kernel website also so we can see what version it is or the latest version of the Linux kernel. Just type in like a Linux kernel like this. So I didn't properly typed it. Here is the official website of the Linux kernel. So you can just go to the www.kernel.org. So you can change the translation here. And here are all the versions. So the long-term versions are 6.6, 6.1, 5.15 and so on. And the mainline version is 6.12 RC. RC means a release candidate, and stable version is 6.11.4. So the version you get is a 6.7. So here are all the kernel information. And if you don't know what is long-term, stable and the mainline, you just need to go to the releases and there will be some description about this specific version. If it's long-term, then here is the description of a long-term, about the stable version, about the pre-patch, which is a release candidate, and about the mainline. And here is all the end of life of the Linux kernels of the long-term. And in order to get the Linux kernel, you just need to type in like a uname-r in the terminal and you should be getting the kernel information. You can use uname-r, uname-a, inxi, newfetch, fastfetch, inxi-sv8. So there are a lot of ways to open the kernel or get the kernel information. Like this one also, you just need to type in about support in the browser. If it's a Firefox browser, then it's going to show you all the information. And the distribution ID or the distribution is Canaima, and here is the theme, I guess. And here is some other information, and the RAM is like a 7.8 GB. I already mentioned I'm using 8 GB of RAM, so the available RAM will be like a 7.8 GB, and disk space available is 3.8 GB. Here is like a browser information, like a picture in picture and all those things, which I don't consider as important for the video. And here is like a Mesa and LLVM pipe information. And also when you scroll it down, you should be also seeing same thing here. When you scroll it down, you should be seeing the window protocol, X11, desktop environment, XFCE. And here is like a Mesa information, LLVM information, and also my monitor resolution and all those things will be right here, like 1920 into 1080 with a 60 Hz. And these are some other information. If you consider as important, you can just pause the video and read everything. In my point of view, it's not important for the video, so that's the reason I'm just going to close everything. And in order to go to the like official website, you just need to type in like a Canaima Linux, and the link is right one. So this is the official website. There will be like a Wikipedia and DistroWatch, but you need to go to this link in order to download the Canaima Linux. And when you go to the official website, the language will be a bit different here because it's a Spanish language. If you know how to if you know the Spanish language, you can get all the information right here. If you don't know, then you need to use like a Google Translate, go to the websites and put it in the link of the Canaima Linux, this URL, and you just need to click on enter. You should be getting the in English language translated from the Espanol. So here it is. It didn't properly load up. So when you even try to refresh it, it doesn't work. But in your main operating system, it's going to work. But in the Canaima Linux, it's going to show you like this. So this is how it's looking when I translate. But in my main operating system, it was working properly without any issues. But here is all the information of the Canaima Linux for the lightweight and all those things. So if we had like a translation properly, I'm going to go through all those things, but everything is pretty much messed up here. So here is all the information. Venezuelan, it's from the Venezuelan. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of things here, so I'm just going to leave it like this. And it's based on a Debian new Linux, which I already mentioned in the beginning. And these are all the so it's pretty much nothing here, so I'm just going to close the website. And the kernel information, we already got all those things. So the specific version, which is like a 8.0, here is the all the information, but you don't get any information in the 8.0. The code name is like a Kavanayen. So I'm going to open it. You don't see anything other than some like a system requirements for a lightweight. I read it in like a English language, but it's just the monitor resolution and some like a system requirements and some basic things. It's pretty much nothing important here or a specific information about the 8.0. So that's you need to do your own research. If it's translated in English properly, then you need to get all the information here. So you just get some basic information about this distribution. I already made a lot of videos on this distribution, like a Canaima 7.0 and other desktop environments of Canaima Linux in my channel. If you want to check that out, you can check it out, because I never made like a voiceover on this distribution. So this is how you can get to the official website. In order to download, you just need to click on the start here, and you should be getting like a download link here, like this one. Just click on it, and it should be providing like a few desktop environments here, which I already mentioned in the beginning. Like you should be getting like a 7 or 8 desktop environment. The GNOME, XFCE, Plasma, LXDE, Mat, and the Cinnamon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what it is, but here are all the information. Let's click on it here. So here is like I don't know how to translate this, so it should be some different thing here. But the Cinnamon here is like a 64-bit. About the Mat, you get the 64-bit. LXDE, you get the both 32-bit and 64-bit. And the Plasma, you get the 64-bit with the 4.3 GB. And always check the version here. And also for the XFCE, you should be getting like a 32-bit and 64-bit. It's a torrent client, and this is like a HTTPS direct downloads. You can download from in your browsers, and you need like a torrent client for the magnet links here. So choose whatever desktop environment. Again, if you want to install, you need to do your own research, because I really don't know anything about this distribution. I made like a previously, but I don't really remember anything. I just want to be honest for you. So that's the reason I'm saying it's better to do your own research. And if you're satisfied, then do your research for the installation, or else you just can try it in the virtual machines. And also you should be getting only the single language. If you want to do it, try it in the installation. Maybe in the installation you should be seeing some different languages, but we are going to check it out in the installer part. So let's wait until all these things, and we are going to I'm going to show you the installer also. So this is how you can just download. Click on the desktop environment, choose the 64-bit or 32-bit, and it's going to download. So it's going to take a few seconds, and also the internet is not even properly working in this browser, so it's a bit of delay also. So the internet is working properly, but there is like no high speeds, maybe because of the virtual box, maybe because of the the desktop environment or the Linux distro, I don't know. But you are getting still 8.5 MB. In the beginning it was not properly working in the virtual machine, but right now in the virtual box it's working. So it's running like 10 Mbps. My internet speed is like a 15 Mbps, but it's okay. It's some issues will be happening in the virtual box and virtual machines, and also the CPU and RAM will be a bit. CPU is pretty much unstable, you can call it like this. So you shouldn't be seeing like a, there is no stable graph here. So I'm just going to close all those things. So let me open the terminal and type in some commands. After that we can go through the installation part. So here is the terminal, and about the terminal you get the 1.1.3. let's try to change the preference, and let's try to change the color. Let me load the preset like black and white. So here is the black and white. So let's type in like a neofetch. So you get the Canaima new Linux 6.0 Kavanayén. The code name, kernel version is 6.7, uptime is almost 18 minutes, packages 2006 dpkg and zsh 5.9. Sorry, I'm a bit of tired, so that's the reason there is like a lot of misspeakings throughout the video. And the XFCE will be the 4.18, which I already mentioned. The themes, icons, terminal font, my CPU, and RAM is almost like a 760 MB XFCE. So here you can see the MB and the CPU, RAM and the CPU. So let me type in cat /etc/issue. Again, you need to change the typing in the keyboards. In order to get the /, you need to use like a capital letter, not the capital letter. Turn on the caps lock and hit on the 7 number, and you can see the /. So the keyboard is also a bit of different when you use the Espanol language. So you need to remember these basic things. You need to figure it out on your keyboard on your own. So there will be different keys when typing on the / or the symbols. So you need to understand these common things. So when you type in like a cat /etc/issue, you should be getting the Canaima Linux information, like a Canaima new Linux Kavanayén. And let me type in like a inxi -s8. So I need to find the dash. I'm getting some like a column, so I need to change the symbols. Let me find the dash symbol. So we need to use the question mark for the dash. SV8. So inxi-sv8 is inxi is not installed. We can install it on our own. So in the background I installed the inxi. So let me type in inxi-sv8. Hit enter. So we are going to go through all the audio, graphics and all the important information. So let's first go with the system. Host, it says like a Canaima, kernel version 6.7. It's a 64-bit, and compiler GCC version is 13.2.0. and the desktop environment XFCE 4.18.1. GTK version is 3.24.41, and XFWM4 version is 4.18.0. LightDM version is 1.32.0. Distro Canaima new Linux 8.0 Kavanayén. So here is all the information about the virtual machine or the virtual box, which is clearly unnecessary. Here is the battery, which is also unnecessary. And about the memory, 8 GB of RAM, and available is 7.7 GB, used is 1.43 GB. And PCI slots, my CPU 12 Gen i5 1240p. And about the flags, vulnerabilities, which is clearly unnecessary. Here is the graphics part. VMWGFX version is 2.20. And what else we have here? So display X11, server Xarch version 21.1.13, and my monitor resolution 1920 into 1080, and these are all the available resolutions. And EGL version is 1.5, OpenGL version is 4.5, Mesa version is 24.2.4-1, and the LLVM pipe version is 19.1.1, And now let's go with the audio information. Here is like a ELSA, and pulse audio version is 16.1, and this is like a network, Bluetooth, and the drives partition, which is clearly unnecessary for the video. And the process running right now are 177, uptime is almost 23 minutes. Init systemd version is 256, and GCC version already mentioned. ZSH version is 5.9, and INXI is 3.3.36. So we got all the information from the distro of the terminal, from the terminal. So let's close it. Now let's open the installer. So let's see how it looks. So I think this is like a new wallpaper in this latest version. And here you can see the installer. About the cameras, you get the 3.3.9, and let's check the languages. So here you can change the language. So there is like a language selections. There are a lot of available language when you install it. But in the live boot, you just get the Spanish language or the Espanol. I don't know how it's going to say, but it's a Spanish language you get in the live boot. So in order to install, you can change the language. Just open the installer, which will be available in the desktop itself, or else in the boot menu there is also an installer. So it's always a better option to try it in the first live boot, and then if you're satisfied, then go with the installation. But when you're going with the installation, always do your own research, get all the information about this distribution, and after you're satisfied, then go with the installation. So this is the language selection. There are plenty of language selection. Click next, and you should be getting the location. Choose your location here. You can choose the drop down menu, or you can choose the map. Same like every Canaima installed, there is nothing complicated here. Here are the same options. The system language will be set to American English. If you want to change it, you can change it. The numbers and date locales will be set to American English United States. If you want to change it, or else keep it like that. Click next, choose your keyboard. So it's automatically going to change your keyboard. So it's going to choose your keyboard, but anything is wrong, you can change your keyboard right here. Choose the language for the keyboard. If you want to test your keyboard, you can try it here. If you want to switch the keyboard, you can try it here. And after clicking on next, here is the installation part. You should be seeing your installation destination. So here is the installation part, the user account and summary and the installation. So everything is same. So I'm just going to close the installation. So in the installer, you should be getting the languages selection, but in the live boot, you don't get any language selection. So that's the thing here. And let's try to change the wallpapers. I hope this should be the wallpaper settings. So I get the 4 wallpapers, and here are some folders. Let's check the backgrounds. Nothing in the backgrounds. So here you should be seeing the wallpapers, like a basic wallpapers. If you want to add wallpapers, you can add it on your own. So this is how it looks. And basically it's XFC desktop environment. Nothing change here. My power and log screen, logout screen will be right here, and the password for the login screen of the live boot is LIVE. That's the basic password. And about the pre-installed applications, you get a bunch of applications which I already mentioned. And about the stress test, let me do a stress test by opening a bunch of applications. So the CPU is pretty much unstable in the beginning, but right now it's working properly. So let me open like a few wallpapers, not the wallpaper, few applications. And let's see how much of resource it's going to consume. And under the accessories, some basic applications, nothing is important here. And in the configuration, I think this is like a appearance or something like that. So here are all those things available. And in the third part, which is maybe should be graphics, I guess. And you get like a photo editing applications like a Inkscape and also GIMP. So you get a normal user applications. So let me open Inkscape, and under the internet you should be getting maybe the Thunderbird also, I guess. So you just get the torrent client and the browser. Okay, no problem. And some media players here, and the Office suite for the document, and also dictionary, and also like maybe the document viewer, I guess. And I think these are all the applications you get pre-installed in this distribution. So again, it's clearly up to you to decide whether to use it or not, but this is how it performed. And after opening all the applications, these are all the resources. It's consuming like a 2.2 GB, and again it's a XFC desktop environment. It doesn't consume a lot of resources, but other than that you can see all those things. You get the basic applications, nothing is changed. You get basically the XFC desktop environment. Nothing is added from the Canaima Linux. I think there will be some applications, but there is literally nothing. There are some basic applications with a other desktop environments. So if you want to try it, you can try it, but I don't really recommend this distribution. Instead of that, you can go with some other well-known distributions with the XFC desktop environment. For example, like a Ubuntu and the Manjaro Linux XFC desktop environment. In the Linux Mint, you can choose the XFC and customize all the applications on your own. So I really don't recommend it, but it's clearly up to you, because there is literally no such thing. Just some application menu is changed here, and also some wallpapers, 4 wallpapers are added, and basically that's it. You don't see any of the changes. For a normal user, you don't see any changes, but if you want to get complete information, it's better to go to the official website and try to translate that and get all the information on your own. So this were my thoughts, and I don't really recommend, but it's clearly up to you to do whatever you want. So these are all the process after opening a bunch of applications. And CPU, as you can see, it's pretty much most of the cases stable, but in most of the cases it's pretty much unstable. So you just need to ignore this, because I opened all the applications at once, so that's the reason you should be seeing a high graph there. So here is like a Synaptic Package Manager. Let's check the version. Here is the version 0.91.3. And about the installed packages, just click here and you should be seeing the highlighted green boxes will be installed packages, and the other will be the uninstalled, not the installed packages. And the version you should be getting is here. The latest version will be on the right side. And about the information about that specific package, here is like some description. Let's close it. And about the GIMP you get is 2.10.38, which is pretty much same in most of the latest distributions. And about the Inkscape, so it's better to install and try the language, but if you don't know the language, you need to go with the installation. But if you know, then you need to just get all the information in the Spanish language. So this is the version you get of Inkscape 1.2.2. And what else we have here? The LibreOffice. So this should be the about. The version is 24.8.2.1. I think this is the latest version of the LibreOffice. And here is like customization things. Again, this is same like a XFC. So it's a XFC, so there is literally no change. You can customize according to your wish. Here is like an appearance, and also you don't get any themes selections other than few 2 themes. Other than that, everything is pretty much same. And here is our Tuner file manager. Version you get is 4.18.11. So these were my thoughts. I already showed you the browser information also. So this is how it performed in my PC, and the live boot credential I already mentioned. The password is LIVE. So this is how it performed. So other than that, it's clearly up to you to judge whether to use it or not. I said all my thoughts. So I'm going to show you the logout screen, and I'm going to end the video. So the password is LIVE, and sessions you should be getting like a X session and XFCE, accessibility, date and time, power options. Thanks for watching. Peace out. And I don't think I will be posting 2 videos daily today, because usually I will be posting 2 videos daily. It's been like almost like 5-6 years continuously, but nowadays there is no topic. Almost like 10-15 days there is no such Linux distros or new Linux distros available in the Linux market. So that's the reason I'm just posting 1 video. Basically I'll be posting like 2 videos daily, but when we don't have any topic, then I'm just going to post 1 video, and there will be some days gap because of no content. So that's the reason. So if you have any topic, do let me know in the comment section, and also search it in my channel, because I made like 3,000-4,000 videos of every Linux distro. So it's better to try to search it. If I already made that video, you can just watch there, or else if you have any different Linux distribution, do let me know in the comment section. We can make a video on it. Again, thanks for watching. Peace out.